I know y'all see it now, right? I know y'all saw it now. Just
Yeah. You can't help yourself.
ladies,
think
how are we today?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Okay, let me just say this. Armina didn't say a word. She just did like this, like we in trouble, like the dog did something.
No.
They was like,
It's a
I'm not
Monday.
too sure.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
The last couple of Mondays, at least on this side of the world, we have not had to Mondaying, right? Because it was snowing. So we had so my body had to get back on track, and I just been struggling all day. So
Oh, you've been struggling all day.
Okay,
yeah.
when
I
you
don't
say
like the
it's been snowing, how many inches did y'all get? Because I'm hearing some punk conversation.
You know
How
what,
many
Leah?
inches?
You are so right. I want all my New Yorkers to strip my New York card from me right now, because what we got was like nothing compared to what I remember trucking in the snow
It's
going to
true.
school, and the snow is blowing in the direction I'm walking in. I remember that.
Mhm.
Here we just got like a sheet,
Dusty.
and it's like everything shut down. So
Yeah, but now we're beginning to punk out.
Y'all we.
I've been punking out. I don't care.
Um,
I don't like the snow
80
anymore.
degrees down here, so I have no idea what you all are talking about.
Ooh,
how many
what's the weather? What's
degrees?
the weather? Where are
80.
you? Where are you now? Dallas?
80?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're
80.
disrespectful.
I mean, hence the tank top. What is the sun still out by where you are?
Well, it's dark, but I was driving and had the windows down, so
Where are you again? Help us.
So today I'm in Dallas. My sister will be induced tomorrow with baby number 6.
Oh,
So
All right, well, congratulations.
yes, so I am here on auntie duty for a few days.
okay. Okay.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Isn't it though? Mhm.
Mhm.
So who had a baby?
My baby sister's having her final baby. This is she's done.
This is it.
This is
Your
it.
baby sister's having her final baby.
They will have 7 children total.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they got a little over a roster.
4 girls,
you got
3 boys,
nah, you got a basketball team
Right.
and 2 referees.
2 on the bench. Look, 2 on the bench, Bob.
2 on the bench.
Got your nice little co-ed thing.
Oh my gracious! No way! No way!
Love it. Love it.
Listen, hey, that's it here. We're done. We closed up shop. There's production. I mean, there's no production. There's a process, but no production.
Okay. Oh,
Hallelujah.
Well, we
Yeah,
thank God for the process.
yes, thank God for the process.
Yes,
We-
the,
we-
the process should continue until Jesus comes.
Listen, I found out that the process continues. I know some men
Mhm.
near their 80s that's processing.
Mm,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they can still have production as well.
mm,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know this guy just had a child at 50.
mm.
His
Mhm.
daughter is 28.
Mm.
His other son is 18, no, 19, and he just had this child. 50 years old.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's when you're gonna start lifting up them kids with your elbows because it ain't working. That's that.
But I think it is so. Well, I've heard
Yeah.
that it's difficult for the child sometimes when they have an elderly parent.
I mean, so I will be 40 this year, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're not too old to have a child." And I look at it, I'll be 40, my mother will be 63. If I were to have a child today, when my child turns 40, I would be 80. To me, and because I didn't live that life, to me, it seems very selfish
Mhm.
for a child to be, when you're graduating high school, your mom's in her 60s, and who knows what life could look
Watch
like.
yourself. Watch yourself now.
Let me be absolutely clear. If anything should happen to Wendy, I'm going up in age. I'm not going behind me.
Really?
Heck yeah.
You going for a sugar mama?
Listen, I'm going for some. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't care what no one says to me. I
Hold
think
on,
there's.
let me
I
call
think that.
Wendy. I need to call Wendy to make sure she's live.
Go call her. I don't care. Go call her. Let her know. Let her know that I honor.
Why did the
I honor
dialect just
stretch.
change?
Listen, I honor stretch marks.
Oh,
I honor. If the breasts were feeding, I honor them.
Mm-hmm.
I honor the whole thing. I don't want no chick looking like my daughter. Nah,
Really? Well, I
nah.
mean, your
No.
baby girl is in her 20s, correct?
Yeah, she in her 20s.
Okay, so why do you need to go older? Like, we didn't tell you to rob the cradle.
No, I listen. That's we cannot have this conversation because I have my preferences. Right.
To
My,
each their own.
I want it. If I go down, I must see gray.
Mm.
oh, all right.
Okay, some gray early.
And Leah is
No, I don't want
indulging the
anybody.
conversation.
For
Right.
me,
Problem.
here's for me.
Right.
Here's for me. I think that we glorify youth instead of seasoned individuals. We glorify youth instead of maturity. I think that for me, I want if I want to be in a place where I'm not looking back at at that. Like take for instance, you know who Sade, right? Sade
Mhm.
don't want no 30-year-old man.
God no.
What did you just say? But you need to say no.
God
You said
no.
God no.
God no.
God, all right. I'm
But
just saying.
women, a lot of times, not all women,
Uh-huh.
they tend to, right, kind of get a more mature individual because we mature faster and
True.
we need someone that's going to be able to match that.
But I
Okay.
also think around this age for singles, it's it's more so what is it that you want, right? Like if I met someone who was 30 and was like, "Oh, I want 3 kids," and oh, sir, I am not her for you, right? So there's other conversations that have to be had because it's like I now if you and even if it's I have to have a kid, I'm not the one for you
Okay.
because I don't
Okay.
know what could happen tomorrow.
Would
So
you
it
would you would you would you adopt Sade?
no,
You wouldn't adopt.
no.
So you
But
just like to work with children.
yes, I love working with children. I would
So maybe
have
you
one of my own, but I think I worked in the foster care system and it totally changed how I see that whole experience.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I commend people who do it, but for me it was what I saw totally changed how I would approach that situation.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
adopted. I don't know that we would have adopted out of the foster system. It had to be from birth
Yeah.
Mm.
because I needed to have as much of our fingerprints, handprints over that whole nature versus nurture kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we adopted from the third world country. So it was just like we really needed to be all over that before, anything kicked in for the kid.
Right.
Yeah, like Trump. I mean, like, yeah. If anything, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and even for when I think of adoption, like I think women who, and maybe because, here's the thing, it's never been a must for me. Like
Okay.
having children has never been like this deep longing. If I don't have kids in my like, it's not that for me. So I've always wondered, like, if I got a baby, like, what would that bond be? And I feel like in my head, I would always be like, but that's not
You,
me.
you know,
But
Sade, on our Advent Mingle side, right? Because it's also Advent Mingle Live. We have a
mhm.
couple of people on. Um, do we stress? Just be real. Do we stress y'all as single folks? I mean, even just earlier, or even just married, right? Do we stress y'all to have kids? Do you feel that kind of stress?
What's funny is I was reading the story of Hannah today,
Okay.
and I don't think it's a sad stress, but being 40, single, and never married, there are a lot of situations that you just don't like to be in that
Okay.
socially you feel like you have to, right? And so for some of us, like I can say for me, it is hard to be around married couples. It's hard to be around people with children because if that's something you desire, it's kind of hard to be around it all the time. And I don't think this church says, oh my gosh, you have to have a kid. But it's like, oh, you're single. You want to be part of youth ministries? You want to be a Sabbath school teacher? It's like, and if you say no, well, why? And it's all of those things that because you're single, you must not have anything else going on. So why not do all the work?
Okay. Okay.
But,
I got you.
Can I
I got
just say, I don't necessarily know that it is a stress to have kids, but it is we are made to feel badly if we don't. Now, it's not that someone comes up to us and say, "Oh, poor you," right? It's the Mother Days when they acknowledge the mothers in the room, and you don't know who's struggling with issues with fertility. You don't know who just got their last round of IVF or any kind of those assisted kind of ways to be pregnant, and it failed. And we don't acknowledge. I'll give you a very clear example. When I was announcing to a group that we were getting ready to adopt, someone in the group on the same day was announcing that they were pregnant. And call me cray, but it just appeared to me that the excitement was more for the person that was giving birth.
Yeah.
And for me, the questions were, are you sure about this? Is this legit? All of those kinds of questions where it just really kind of squeezed the air out of the room. And then it was like the whole 9 months, if you may call it that, because it took us 10 months to adopt her. It was like, well, we're going to wait until you actually come back with the baby. And then it's like, I come back with the baby and it's like, you having a shower? So everyone's arguing about who's having a shower, that nobody has a shower. So it's those kinds of things where our society, I don't think we embrace the motherless, if I could call us that. And those of us who choose to adopt, like adoption was never what I was going to do. I never thought of that. I mean, I thought I was going to be baby bumping all the way to 9 months and
bumping baby.
And then pushing, So I don't have my gloves today, but you get it, right?
I meant to bring them for the show tonight.
Listen. It's about to get stank up in here. I just want you to know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm looking over at the other platform. I'm just saying. I want to say hello to Corey, who's on, Rita, who's on, Simone, who's on, also Kendra. Thanks for coming on tonight. I said Simone, Dawn. See, Dawn got her camera on. I like Dawn. How you doing, Dawn? Just wait a second. Can you guys hear her?
No.
Right. The online won't be able to hear you. Only I can hear you. But you're in the right spot. You're in the right group, girl.
And I think to Mina's point.
Hold on a second, Sade. It is on YouTube. It's on Facebook. But when we do this on AdventMingle Live, it would only be on our platform. So I'm sharing this platform with us tonight as we talk about being attractive and attractiveness. And you can always hit the chat. Right? You can always hit the chat. But if it was just us alone, everyone on YouTube or whatever can hear you. So tonight, it is not. It is everyone. But AdventMingle, when we do this on Wednesday nights and what have you, it'll only be us. Yes, ma'am. You good? You all right? You all right? You see our filter? Okay.
See, I don't know if
you don't have to explain that to your listening audience in Facebook. Now you got to tell everybody what that whole conversation was about. Go ahead.
Well, they can hear y'all.
No, but you got to let the listening audience on Facebook know what that whole spiel was about. Go ahead, make it happen. We're waiting.
Which spiel, Leah?
Okay, he not getting it. So on AdventMingle.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Oh, I love y'all. Okay. Okay. So what I've decided to do, I should say by last week, is I wanted to create this community for singles who are Seventh-day Adventists, just Seventh-day Adventists. And so I got into this community and I created this community on school where we are able to facilitate something for our singles. A lot of people just don't get it, that a lot of married folks don't get it, a lot of church folk don't get it, Seventh-day Adventists don't get it, that the people who are less thought of in the church today are divorcees and singles, and which fall under singles. And so this is not a meat market. It's not just a place where you can meet someone or this, that, and the other, because you can, but it's to discuss some of the things that singles are going through, discuss some of the things that married people can learn from singles, or how singles could just come together and recognize that it's not about finding a partner, but recognizing who you are yourselves, growing yourselves, sharing. And there are ways of meeting other people on here. There are ways of meeting people on here, especially before the app comes out. And so in light of that tonight, our subject really is, because we're just getting warmed up tonight, our subject is, what does attractiveness look like to you? And in speaking of that, I love to talk to my crew, and my crew is the Bridge. And the Bridge is a group of people with too many degrees. Ugh, my gracious. They are clinical. All right. I think I am the only one that's probably not clinical. They are all clinical. What did you say, girl?
I'm not clinical.
She runs a clinic, and
Not she runs one.
So tonight, to start off, Dawn and Simone and Rita, and more of you are coming on. And for those who are also online on Facebook and YouTube or whatever, we are actually talking tonight, sharing our thoughts, wanting to hear your thoughts also on attractiveness, and especially being single, and what attracts you. But at this very moment, I love where this is going for a moment, where Sade is really bringing out the mindset, and Armina is really bringing out that mindset of the pressure we put on single individuals, or the pressure we put on married individuals who do not have children. And sometimes we just don't get it, that we're always pressuring our singles, whether they're divorced, whether they're widowed, whether they've never gotten married, or we pressure the ones who don't even want to be married. And so, Sade, I know you were saying something, so bring it back, and let's keep moving.
Well,
before Leah tells me what to do.
I think when we talk about, like, even what Mina was talking about, right? I know people probably perceive me to be selfish, right? I do what I want. I move around. Today I could be in Dallas. Tomorrow I could be in Huntsville. Like, there's no, this has to be what this is. And I've always been told, like, a child will change you and a baby will change you. And it's like, but what's wrong with how I am today, right? And I get to be selfish, right? Like, I don't have anybody that's depending on me when it comes to whatever decisions I make. If I decide, hey, I want to go live in Hawaii for 6 months, who's impacted? Right? And the freedom that brings is that I get to do what makes me happy. And a lot of times single people are told, like, oh, you have to think about this, and no, that's what you have to think about. The only thing I have to think about is Sade Nicole. And there are moments where it's like, I want to do that and not feel bad or pressured if I say, you know what, if I have one, I have one. If I don't, I don't. But it's a lot of pressure. And what the scary part is let's say I get married tomorrow. The first question I'm going to get is, so when y'all going to have a baby? Huh? Like, why is that? Especially at this age, why can't I say I want 2 or 3 years for me and my spouse to really get to know each other and all the ebbs and flows before I have to think about bringing somebody else into this world? So it's an interesting, and if I may say, single men don't get that same pressure. Just FYI.
I got you. I hear you. I definitely hear you. I definitely hear you. So when we say this, right, I'm gonna put it right out there. Once I started this a couple of days ago, I get a lot of texts that's coming in. In fact, I'll say to you guys, about 177 people signed up already, right? And people would say things like, I don't see attractive people on, or I don't see that there are people who are attractive, or I want to see more attractive men on here, or I want to see more attractive women on here, or this, that, and the other. Or before I even sign up, I want to know that there's someone attractive. But I recognize that I don't think we recognize or know what attractiveness looks like. Or I think it deals with the maturity of the person. So I'm just gonna stop smiling, Sadi. It's just easy now. Easy.
I'm just thinking.
Okay. So Terry, I'm gonna come to you. Divorcee, right? Divorcee. I believe that you're still in. Let me ask you, are you still dating?
Dating? I don't know if I was dating. I wasn't dating.
Are you dating now?
Thank you, Sade. Thank you.
No, man, I'm just still doing my thing.
What is that?
What is,
Unpack that for us, sir.
What is my thing? My thing. You know.
So does that mean that do you entertain women? Do you go out on dates with the understanding that that's just what that is, or are you just
I may have company, I may go out, eat and stuff like that, but as far as like seeing someone, nah.
Okay. Would you?
Would I what?
Would you land a plane on somebody? Would you land a plane on somebody?
Would I land a plane on someone? Man, I don't know, man. It's just, for me, I haven't, let me say this. There are a lot of good women out there. A lot of good women. So I don't know, when these guys say they can't find somebody, there are a lot of good women. Now, for me, you gotta look at what good means. You see what I'm saying? What's your definition? You're asking, about attractiveness. For me, oh my God, I love a smart woman. I love a smart woman. I love a smart intelligence, emotional intelligence. That feminine, man, that's it for me. But if you, loud and you trying to control and that's a turnoff. So for me, I don't know if I was asked the question, but I was asked what my thing is. So I'm attempting to tell you what my thing is. You got to be smart for me. You got to be intelligent. You got to be, you got to have your emotions regulated. Because I don't argue, I'm not gonna argue, and that I just shut down. They're like, all right, you can go ahead and have it. I'm done. I'm not doing that. That's not what I do.
Hold on a second, Terry. Dawn, when Dawn is on the other platform, Dawn, wow. I wish they can hear you. I don't know if I'm doing this thing wrong. No, they can't hear you. Just say this again, Dawn. Just say hi, and let me see if they can hear. Okay, guys. Okay, were y'all able to hear her just now? Not at all. Man, because I hear it. Somebody said my hair is not done. I want to say something about my hair is not done.
Okay. Put it in the chat on Facebook.
Right, put it in the chat on Facebook. But Dawn, what are your thoughts? And I want to relay your thoughts because I'm looking at your eyes. Okay. I can hear you, man. Just tell me real quick. Just tell me real quick. It's okay. It's okay.
I feel like we're at a listening party.
I keep thinking he's talking to us.
Okay, that's true. I'm gonna get it together. Hold on, Dawn. Dawn, listen to me, Dawn. I just put something in the chat, right? I just put something in the chat. Copy it and come join us. Copy it. Join us. Copy it and come join us. Okay. Copy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thanks, Terry. Go ahead, man.
What? You want some more?
No, I like what you said right there. Right.
Yeah.
Terry,
people equate attractiveness to looks. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's different for everybody. People think sexy is looks. Sexy is like energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, you can, ooh, she's sexy. What makes her sexy? And again, everybody has their own definition.
Mhm.
Over time, looks will fade. Ever been to a class reunion? Oh, hell. Ever been to alumni weekend? Okay.
Oh, well.
That thing y'all go to,
Yeah.
The one that, was likely to be found in your dreams are now like, ooh, get out of my dreams. Or the one with this prettiest smile and there's some teeth missing now. And, whatever. Over time, that changes, but intelligence don't change. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It doesn't. Okay. You continue to learn, you continue to grow. Now, again, you're asking me for mine. If this woman is smart, she intelligent, she got her stuff together, man, I just be like, I love to hear them talk. I like, man, they know they stuff. But if you can't, put some, you splitting verbs and can't put stuff together, I just keep it moving.
Oh, wow. Come on, Armenia, hit us.
So I think I like what Terry is saying, and I am there, but I wasn't always there. So for me at least, there were different times in my life where attractiveness looked different, and there was a time where, you had to have the outer appearance look, because that's just where I was. That's what I was looking for. When I decided to sort of settle and decide, like, what am I really doing here with my life? My idea of what attraction looked like changed. But all my undergrad years, I wasn't blessed to go to Oakwood. So I was like hanging in the hood of the hoods. Why are all of our schools in the hoods? But anyway, and that just wasn't the thing. I wasn't trying to be booed up there. So attraction for me looked different.
What does it look like for you now? Even though you're married, what does that look like? What does that look like for you now?
I have this thing called kind eyes. And so for me, it's important that attracts me the most. Like, yes, what Terry said for me is like a given, but to take it further, because I could find intelligence, I could find people who are smart and can string up sentences and they got me, right? But what do your eyes really say? Does your eyes say to me, let me see what you can do for me, let me see what you got? Or does it say, I'm holding space for you, I'm genuinely interested in you? So I'm a reader of people. I'm a therapist, so I read people. And so I'm really looking deep into souls of people. And so that to me is what attraction is right now. I'm happily married. Let me just put that on this platform because I don't want it to get twisted. Hubby, I love you. I love you so much. But yes,
Yeah, that's why this is an inside joke. That's why the plastic gloves are on the table. But just go ahead. Leah, what's your thoughts, girl? What's your thoughts?
So, I mean, I'm a just keep it the way I see it as 100, right? When you think of someone that is attractive, there means that there is something that is pleasing, whether it be to the eyes, right? Or whatever senses is heightened in that time, right? At that point.
Okay.
So to be real, when you first meet a person, half the time it is just the external, right? Like you don't meet the heart of the individual just right off the bat.
For
you
sure.
are seeing the exterior, and there is something that is drawing you potentially in the direction of this right individual.
Okay.
Does it solely rest there? Like, is it the only thing that you hold on to as you're matriculating through your relationship? Absolutely not. Right? You're going to start to see the heart of the person. You'll start to see how they treat you and how they treat others. You'll start to see how they think and consider, right, certain situations or individuals. You'll begin to grow, hopefully, together, where you won't like look past the red flags, but you're picking up on certain attributes. And you will say whether or not this attribute is something that is pleasing. So, hey, now here's another, right, one that I can go off of. I can collect this in this pot of things that make, let's say, for my husband attractive to me. But when it started, it was, wow, he don't look half bad.
I got you. It's like a whole mind shift. It's like a whole mind shift, especially where we are. Like I totally enjoy what Amina said when she said, "Yeah, I was there, but now I'm here." Even growing up, I'm gonna come to you, Dawn. Right? I'm gonna come to you, Dawn.
But wait, can I just add this before we move on? Hey, Dawn, so good to see you.
Hey, Leah.
But I wanted to add this. Even as looks change, the person still looks good to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So even as I'm picking up weight and my hair is graying, my husband still looks at me and is like, I don't see what you see. He just said it last night.
Come on.
I don't see what you see. You still look beautiful to me. So our eyes, right, and the external, how we see someone, it grows as the age of the individual grows, and you still see that person the same way. So I'll shut it down.
Can I just tell you, when I met my husband, I wanted to see what grown folks could do. Like I wanted to see how that would be. And so I was persistent in pursuing that. And I had just suffered a loss. My first husband had just died. So I wasn't interested in getting married again. I didn't realize that, once the first husband died, you go back to like not having intimacy, sexual intimacy, if I could even say that on here without getting kicked off. But you get married again. And I was like, wait, where that at? I need to find a scripture that says that, because I didn't want to go through that, but I still wanted to be intimate. So when I saw him, that's what I saw. I didn't see intellectual and all of that. And I mean, of course, all that came as a package, but my naked eye was like, and if you ever hear his story, he cut me off on a bridge. We were walking into the church on a Sabbath. I was like, I was just going to church that day. He cut me off and I was like, oh. All of a sudden I was having potluck in 2 weeks and I was making sure he was like the guest of honor at the potluck. So yeah, I mean, I get what we're all saying, but true, when we do see someone, it is that physical attraction first, and we pray and hope they have all the other things later.
You pray and hope they have the rest of them. Let's pause for a second. It's good to see you, Quest.
Yeah, it's good to see y'all, man.
It's good. I thought Quest was going to say it's good to see me too. You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
It's good to see y'all, man.
Good. I want to pause for a second. Dawn, I want to thank you for just coming on and joining us, especially bringing them red lips. Come on, y'all. There's only we don't accept join the club. That's right. So Dawn, you were saying something about divorce. You were, I know you were on the other platform, but of course it's not always going to be like this. We're going to be on a platform by ourselves, so it'll be easy and everybody can hear one another. But I believe that you were sharing something, and I know we'll benefit. Speak to us.
So I think the question was about attraction. And I don't know. I think what attracts me now is probably different what was attractive to me before I got married. I'm older now. I think so my values have changed, and it's less about looks for me. I think there probably is initial attraction, but it has to be more than that. Like the gentleman said in the beginning, the just emotional intelligence. Not that you would see that in the beginning, but that has to be there. Like, if they're intelligent, have emotional intelligence, and if they're kind, like if I could just perceive that they have a kind heart, it's more about, for me, it's more about what's inside at this point in my life.
Well, so if I could ask you, Dawn, and you could plead the fifth.
Okay.
What are you looking for? I mean, because you're on the platform, other people are on the platform. Just like what is it that you're looking for in a mate at this point?
Just someone that's my person. Someone that's first of all, that loves God, because I feel like if he loves God, everything else, like if he has a true relationship with God, everything else is going to fall in place. I mean, he'll know how to treat me because he'll be asking God, for direction. Someone that I don't know, that's understanding, that has empathy, that loves other people, loves family, that someone that I want to feel seen in the relationship, and I want to be able to see them as well. So that's some of the things, I guess.
I got you. I think it's amazing sometimes when. Did you say you want to be seen?
Yes.
I think that a lot of married folks want to be seen in their marriage.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And hearing it come from someone who's been married, hearing it come from someone who would like to be married again, or would like to date again, or like to be close to somebody again, I want to be seen. And I don't think it's asking for much.
But
I really don't think
Okay.
here's a question, Paul.
It
There's a reason why they're not being seen too.
Right.
And it goes back to how this whole thing jumped off. Sometimes we choose mates for the wrong reasons. We fall in love with the things that are temporary instead of the things that are long lasting or eternal. Case in point, like this whole physical attraction. I think it's overrated, if you ask me, because there are people who are fine externally, right? Men and women, fine. Like I've seen dudes where women is like, my man is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And then I'd seen some dudes who look at women and be like, yo, she fine. I think my man Guru said it best on the Moment of Truth album. He said, but they don't got no control over their life inside. They ugly. Right? And when you ugly on the inside, or when your ways are not as pretty as your looks get overshadowed by your ways. And so some people think that just because they pretty and they fall in love, I could change all the other stuff once we get into a relationship. You can't change nobody but yourself. And so what ends up happening, that even if the situations aren't that deep, you made the way that this person looks more important than how the two of you connect. Such that when you go into marriage, it's like a core value. If emotional connection, right, is a core value for you, is being able to have a solid conversation valuable to you, is being able to just connect on a more than just the physical. Because I mean, I don't want to say the two names, but the genitals, they come a dime a dozen, if you will, right? And but you know what I'm saying when I say that, right? They come a dime a dozen, right? But what really matters is how we connect spiritually, how we connect. And I'm not saying that physical attraction is not a thing. It is a thing. It's the first thing that draws you in. But once I see that the physical of who you are overshadows your spirit, the mental connection, emotional connection, and all the other connections, I can tell. I mean, the seasoned me, right? Because I've been married, I've been divorced, and I've been remarried again. The seasoned me knows that yes, the physical attraction is the thing that pulls you in, but how do you treat me as a person? She said it best just now. I want to be seen. Am I seen by you? You know what I'm saying? Am I revered by you? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and if that's not there, what most people do, they get married on the surface stuff. And then 5 years down the line, 7 years down the line, when their soul is aching and thirsty for those things, they can't get it. And here's the funny thing. That's not what you married. You married this.
Right.
You didn't marry the things that meant the most to you. So now you got what you got.
Wow. And if you're seen in the marriage, then I become valued and heard. right? So those are the triplets. They all come together. You can't get one without the other two. So if you see me, you're gonna hear me and you're gonna value me. So
Okay, so I like that. So, because I really put that under there where it simply talks about, for me, where it simply talks about the very fact that I want to be seen. When you look at affirmation, right? Affirmation is very big to a man. I'm just saying it's very big to a man. And when a man is not seen in his marriage, he looks for another cheerleader.
But
Right?
here's the thing, in what areas, right? Because seen is very broad.
I understand.
So what are the critical areas that one is desirous of being seen in? Right? Because there are some people who just want to constantly have worship coming from their mate.
But I think the other thing is that we look at the person who they are now, right? And we don't, I'm not gonna say we don't, but a lot of people don't take into account what made that person who they are. So I could be asking you, hey, I want to be seen, and you don't know how to look at me the way I want to be seen, right? Like I could marry somebody that's like, oh, I got gas in your car. Okay, thanks. I want to be seen. And he's like, but you had a need. I met the need, but to me, that's not being seen. So I think a lot of times we use these words and we say, oh, I want emotional intelligence. I want somebody to see me. But we don't know how to help somebody understand what that means for me. I don't care what you did for nobody else. For me personally, this is how I need you to show up for this to be checked off and for that to be checked off. So to make the other part of that is that when we talk about attractiveness, right? I'm in a season of I've had to stop saying what is attractive to me, and I've had to ask why is it that I'm attracting a certain type of person.
My God.
Wow.
And that's a hard conversation.
Sorry, do you feel like you attract the same kind of people?
There are some commonalities, right? And I would say
yes sounds like an answer, huh, Armina? Can you check the mentality and the therapy side to wonder why she can't just say yes?
Well, here's the thing, because I don't want to paint a broad stroke like, oh, they're all the same. That's not the thing, right? But there are certain things in there. There are a few characteristics where I'm sitting back and I'm like, you know what? What is it about me? What is in me that makes men who have these characteristics attracted to me? And I'm not saying that these men are bad people, right? They're not bad people, but it's like that don't work for me. So what is it for me? And being single and never married, that's a very tough conversation to have. And I had to tell somebody today, I said, I can't talk to someone who's been married and divorced or who's been married and had children and divorced. I said, because there's a different level of insecurity that comes with never being married.
Or being married. I got you.
Our world is never being chosen.
I got you. Dawn, before we let you go, I'm sorry, Dawn, before we let you go, right? Before we let you go, I'm sorry. Dawn just stepped up here with the right uniform on. Your lips are just red. I'm just saying, look at it.
It's my color.
Hey, Paul, can I say something about that just real quick?
Yeah, and then I want to hear from Dawn. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I think Sade was saying what made her choose, and this is not directed at her, but I think most people do the familiar. Yep. Okay. We do the familiar. We do what's comfortable. You see what I'm saying? And so when we find those comfort zones, okay, I know someone who handled what do you call those people who go in when there's a problem? Yeah, let's just call them the fixer. Okay. And they got him in a relationship. They got in a relationship where there was nothing to fix. And so they sabotaged it because it felt weird to them. You see what I'm saying? They had to have disruption because that's what they do. They fix things. And so when there's nothing to fix, they sabotaged it because it didn't look. So I think most times, you know, where you say, well, something's wrong with your picker. No, you're picking what it is that you like. That's what you're comfortable in. You're doing the familiar.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I often say that people see through their deficit. They see through the hole in their heart.
Yeah.
That's how they're choosing.
Yeah.
Stop it. So I'm sorry, Dawn. You just stick around, Dawn. Stay, because you're now in the bridge den for a second. Okay, just hold on a second. Okay. So does that mean that my outlook, Sade's outlook, Armina's outlook, all of our outlook, Quest, all of us, we see people from our
space of pain and need,
from our pain, the hole in our heart.
Yeah.
What I will say is what I worked through today was Sade wants to be liked, right? So it don't matter if I like you. If you like me, let's make it work, right?
Wow.
So there have been men where I'm like, like I'm forcing myself, like he likes me, so let's find the good. Let's look for the good instead of saying, you know what, I don't really like you, and that's okay. But when you get to that point of
yes, is that who I think it is?
I'm looking at everybody else and I'm seeing all of this, and it's like you. And what I will say is, and I'm gonna keep saying, because if people are joining, I want to understand, like, as someone who's never been married, to see it all around you. Because when I was reading the story of Hannah was dealing with everybody else around her, asking her, like, why aren't you having kids?
Right.
You're literally barren. Like, there's nothing, like, that is how you were born, right? But the pressure of everybody else around you will make you say, I got to do this. I have to figure this out. I have to make this work. If this person likes me, you know what? Maybe this is from God. Let me figure it out, and all of these things, instead of saying, you know what? If it happens, it happens, and I'm okay with it either way. But getting there it's a struggle, my dude.
You know what? I got to tell you this, because my buzzword that I want to share with you is pastoral marriages, because you just said something just now, Sade, that I want to jump on when it deals with Hannah and how come you're not. All right, Dawn. Before I let you go, you started this buzz thing. It's all online right now. Of I want to be seen. I'm gonna ask, and you complete the fifth again. What does wanting to be seen for Dawn look like?
I'm really in the hot seat, huh?
Yeah.
Look, Don, whenever he dropped that link in the chat, don't answer it.
Wait a minute.
Just put it in the chat and keep moving.
I thought this was on school. Oh my goodness.
Right. So you remember, again, this is all out there, but when we do this on AdventMingle Live, it will only be here. Even the bridge will have their links to get in, and no one else will get in. So if you want to keep it surface, you can keep it surface.
Well, yeah.
What does that look like for you?
So I think for me, and for most people, if you're in a relationship, being seen would mean you're the preference.
Ooh.
You're the preference. You're each other's preference.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yo, Dawn, if you talk again, you're gonna mess everything up. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing else to say.
What was it, Armina? What are you doing, Armina? What?
I clock it. Yes.
Come on. I gotta be the preference.
Yes.
I love it. I gotta be.
But even in being the preference, what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does it look like to be the preference?
I mean, I know what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can only speak from a marital standpoint of view.
Yes, ma'am.
So being the preference means that everything you said in your vows to that person. it doesn't mean necessarily, because this is new for me. So it doesn't mean that you have to, that person has to be your everything. It doesn't mean that. It means something else, but I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Mhm.
It means a little bit more. There's a reason why I'm saying it.
Yep.
I got you. I got you. Dawn, I want to thank you for joining us and being courageous enough. And there's some people that still look like the way they look like in school, Leah. Okay. Some people still look the same way they look like in
It's
school.
exactly the same.
Oh, y'all look the same.
Since we were kids. Yes, you know.
We grew up together.
Dawn, thank you for joining us tonight, Dawn. And
Okay.
if you want to go on the other side, you can go on the other side. And
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll
can I ask her, Dawn, a question before she leaves?
sure.
Dawn, when you talk about being seen, could it also mean that you want to be recognized in a relationship, that your ideas are valued, that you're, that there's an egalitarian thing going on? That it's not just, even though you are the priest of the household as the man, you still count me. You still look to me and ask me my opinion. And
that's the reason why I was asking what it looked like.
Yeah,
that
and I knew that's
right
what you was getting at, Quest, because I was like, when you say I want to be seen, it's like, hey, I'm not just here. You value me, you value my position in this household, and you pull me in and you count me into everything. And you're like, oh, you ain't got to ask Dawn. I'm telling you now, she gonna side with me, type thing. Is that I
think that's important, but mine is pretty basic.
Okay.
That's
you don't
important.
have to stretch that.
No, I mean, I agree with all that. I agree with all that. And yes, I do feel that way. But when I say seen, I mean literally seen.
Yeah. My mother used to say, when we would argue in front of her, she said, y'all don't bit more count me than a man on the moon. In other words, we would do it in front of her, and so it's like, hey, y'all don't see me here. Y'all don't see me. And so, I think when I hear women say that, because they will come in my therapy session saying the same thing. I don't seem, it seems like he doesn't see me. He doesn't value me. I don't count. So that's why I was just asking that. That's all.
Yeah. So I think that is important, but also just even on a more surface level of being seen, meaning just being valued, your opinions, but just valued as
your partner,
wanting to spend time with you, seen, just literally seen, that's your person.
And I think if we were to put out there and ask people, like, what does that mean to be seen? We would get like
a litany,
bubbles of different, like you can lump this together here, you can lump that together. I know for me, I want you to wake up every day and choose me every single day.
Yes.
Because if you choose me, that means, and please don't misunderstand it. I'm not saying choose me over God. This is not like spiritual. I'm just saying from an emotional standpoint that you wake up desiring me every single day.
And I think the other thing is the way I was raised to think about marriage is, yes, the man is the head, but the woman is the neck, right? You can't move your head without that neck. And what I want in being seen is that he understands, like, yo, I was doing all this by myself. Sade came in and bam, it's easier with her. So I value and appreciate. And I think a lot of times being seen, to Don's point, I've been in a relationship where I know you have eyes, but they're not for me. Right. So I know you can see, but I'm not who you're seeing. And so to have someone who, you walk into a room and you got on a bonnet and some pajamas, and it's like, you were so beautiful. Who me? Because it's more than just it's more than just like the physical. It's just, this is my person, and when I see you, just in general, it reminds me of how much I value and appreciate you.
Is that attractive to you, though?
If it's from the person I want to be with, heck yes. It is beautiful because it what a lot of women who are single will say is that you question a lot because you between social media, you see what men like on social media, you see what they comment on, and I'm like, I don't look nothing like that, but my man say in a bonnet and pajamas, I am absolutely stunning. It's something that affirms that in you that yes, I am what I think I am and then some. So it's
I got
very
you. I got you. No, I
Yeah.
got you.
The question came up before about being seen, and a woman said to me, being seen means they're curious about me. When she said, when I see things, I'm curious about it. And so it's like, are you curious about me? Wanting to know about me, wanting to know all my inner workings and stuff. So that's another, thing, being curious about this individual. I don't know.
Dawn just
Can I
took
say
us to a whole new space, boy.
can I say something else?
Go ahead,
For
Sade.
me being seen, now y'all know I can run my mouth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Like, damn, my dude. Like,
I thought that was the time we were supposed to say something. I'm sorry. I thought we were supposed to say something.
No.
I'm just getting out the way so the shots don't hit me.
Right.
What?
But there is such beauty that when I'm quiet, it triggers something in my mate to say, hey, what's wrong? Like when I'm not my natural bubbly self, to have somebody see that and say, what's wrong? What's going on? Like you're a little quiet.
And not just attentive to when things are going bad, just to who you are in general.
To who I am in general, right? Like there's been a change. What, and not why, but what's going on.
Right. Because there's a shifting in the relationship because you see me so much. When you're quiet, I'm affected by it.
Right.
And so, my asking is, are we good? Are you good? Because it's like something is off between the two. Something has gotten in between us, and I'm just checking in and making sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think to be seen. I'm sorry, Pete. I think
no.
To be seen means like regular check-ins as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to like. There was a time in my relationship. I think we need to get back on it. I mean, but we do so many different things now that we kind of always stay in sync. We used to have this thing called Mind, Body, and Soul Time, and we used to have it every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night because that's how our schedules clicked. Where we would just lie up in bed and we would talk. And we would talk over watching a show, or we would talk while we were scrolling on our phones, or we would just put the phone down and we would just talk. And I think those are the things that allow us to be seen as well. Like what are the things? I know we're moving into a new season, and like for real, sometimes we just operate in a particular way with the season not that we're in. Somebody said it a while ago. We so used to doing what we do that we forgot that we're in a new season, and the stuff that we used to do don't serve us in this new season. And so my questions are always, what are the most important things to you in this season of your life? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? And more importantly, how can I be of assistance in making sure you get those things done? Why? Because I just want you to be fulfilled in this season of life. Is there anything that I'm missing out on? Right? Is there any deficiencies? Am I the same dude that you know what I'm saying, that you were always in love with? Like all of those questions matter. Those are the things that help her be seen. Those, truth be told, those are the things that help me be seen. Hey, I need you to do this in this season. Is that all right? Do you have a problem with doing that? Because I just want to,
No, what I'm hearing is that shifting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Is part of seeing.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
You cannot keep your gaze solely focused.
Yep.
It has to sometimes move, span out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go in my situation with my husband, there's moments where we don't have to say a word, just his mere presence. He knows to show up and to just simply be. I know how to show up, simply be. A touch is sight, right?
What?
It is bringing in all of the senses. And to know what is necessary for him right, or her in the moment based upon maybe what has happened previously in the past, where you have been informed that here is what I like, but then sometimes your mate may not know what they need or what they want. And so it's a testing, it's a right leaning in to see, is there rest in what you're doing, right?
And I think we also have to take into account, right, that sometimes people, for whatever reason, they don't have the capacity to see you. And that's not a you thing,
Yeah.
right? But I have to also be able to give grace and say, today was a horrible day, da 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 da. I want that grace to say, hey, I can't see you right now. Like I physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, I can't see you right now. It's not a reflection of you, but in knowing your person and being able to communicate freely, say, babe, tonight I just don't have the capacity. And having
that's real though. People can't hold that a lot of times, right? Like a lot of relationship break up because people say it ain't about you.
And I was
But
gonna
I think it's a two-way street
how many
too.
times do you get to do that before it becomes a problem? Because it could actually become a problem on the first time. Like, wait a minute, hold on now. We ain't been, intimate sexually in a minute. Now all of a sudden this you ain't got time. And I get what Sade is saying, but how many times do you get to say that? You know what I'm saying? Before it becomes, you know what? Let me call Sally.
I mean,
But-
say in class, they call it fix a flat.
You know what I'm saying? But what?
They cheat and they do a little fix a flat and then they come on back home. It's temporary.
Yeah.
Can we?
Then you're mad. Then you're mad because, like I always say, if you don't take care of home, you can't get mad when they roam.
But I think we
Can we
have
go back?
But are there conversations being had when those things happen? Like somebody said, all right, we ain't had sex in a couple of weeks and now you don't have time for me. All right, time out. What's happening?
But what if they tell you, Quest,
They don't have the capacity for the conversation.
No. Right. That's what I'm saying. If we don't have the capacity for the conversation now, I'm not against okay, you under a lot. You need a moment. Take a moment. But do me a favor. Don't take a moment and not see me too and recognize that there's
that would require maturity. That would
It would.
Leah said something very important maybe about 20 minutes ago when she talked about deficit attraction. Like we glazed over that, and we don't have to go there tonight, but I think that's something that we really should spend time talking about, especially with our audience, because deficit attraction and attachment styles go hand in hand.
Okay.
And if we can understand while we keep picking the same people, while we keep looking for that healing, that bridge that person may have that may pour back into the thing that's missing out of me, or the reenactment. So if I try this again, I could probably fix what didn't happen before. And so I think at some point, I know we're unscripted and all, but I would love for us to talk more about attraction styles and how that happens, because there's a science around that. And so just want to put that out there.
Listen, I ain't scared to do this again on Wednesday, all right? But we gotta stay on.
I am.
You scared, right? Because the rubber glove. Anyway, so what? Okay, good.
Wow.
Good.
How does it escalate so fast with you?
Can I say one thing before I leave? I know I'm not part of the panel at all.
No, it's all good. No.
But when you gave that, when you talked about you're having a moment and you just, need some time, I think that if the person, it goes both ways. I think if a person sees, if they're able to see you, they understand that. Right. And then in turn, you're going to do the same for them. Like you're going to want to see what you can do, how you can help them. And then it's going to be reciprocal, basically. So you're both seeing each other. But anyway, I just wanted to say that.
To Dawn's point, though, that's where safety lies, right? Right. Like, Dawn, you're describing being in a safe relationship.
Exactly.
Where I'm not going to be upset because you need a moment or you need a time. Like, while we're in this together, we're still individuals in this together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other part of that is like when Terry was like, well, how many times can it happen? You also want to be with somebody who you know is not going to weaponize that, right?
Mhm.
Where it's not going to be, you know what, I just don't feel like talking to you today, so I'm going to say I don't have the capacity. To Mina's point, if I'm with somebody who I'm safe with, right, I can fix dinner, I can do all the things and say, hey, babe, I just need like 30 minutes to myself. Like it's a lot, and I don't even have the words to communicate what's happening right now, but I just need a moment. And my person's going to know, you know what? It must not be too long. But here's the thing. Now listen.
That's your strength of it.
Maybe why, but my question is, who am I to tell you how to go through what you're going through? If you're saying, hey, I don't have the capacity, sometimes it may be that I just sit there in silence until you figure it out. Life happens.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to tell you, hey, you got to get over this tomorrow because I got something I want to talk about, or I have a need that's being unmet, to me is unfair. But that has to be something, as Don said, is reciprocated. Like, I think about when my mother was in the hospital for 32 days. If I was with somebody else, like, I get that your mom in the hospital, but I need you to do X, Y, Z today.
Oh, that's crazy.
But you know what too long means? Too long means that it's now impacting us. So instead of it saying must not be too long, maybe it's like, let's talk about some options. Let's talk about like suggestions. What, like, should we seek therapy together? Should we talk to our pastor together? Should we call our mentor? Like, I don't want you to suffer in this alone. I see you're suffering. Again, I see you. So I'm seeing the pain that you're going through, and I just want to alleviate some of that. You know, I mean, those are.
So meet me in the bedroom, and I'm gonna alleviate some of that pain.
But guess what? If my mind is not there, it's gonna be
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. It takes maturity on both sides. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see that my partner is suffering. I'm right there with you. The partner also sees that I'm suffering. And you know, we haven't had no conjugal visit, so we got to reach a happy medium. You know, you got to reach a happy medium. I'm not saying that, you know, it's like it got to happen at night. Just understand, hey, I need, because that whole thing that you're going through, when I'm out here sitting on the outside, and like she just said, I'm not being seen because your issue is become, you know, has blown up in our relationship. You go like, okay.
But I have a question,
and
Terry.
That's why it requires maturity on both sides. Both people got to be mature.
But is it solely about maturity, or is it simply that you consider? I think consideration, right, should be inserted, because.
But the ability to consider, Leah, you don't think is a part of maturity?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I teach my kids how to consider when they're young. Doesn't necessarily mean you're mature. It's a muscle, I believe, that gets exercised.
But okay, I guess because, or maybe I might be separating it because I'm thinking within the dynamic of relationship. I believe that that's like another level of consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I guess you start out learning relationships, right, from early childhood, right? So I teach my kids how to play well in the sandbox. That's relationship, right? And so as I learn, and through my formative years, how to engage and interact with other people, I know how to transition that into a relationship. So it doesn't necessarily have to solely be about maturity as much as it could be. And I'm not saying maturity doesn't need to be a part of relationships. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying inserting in just simple consideration for other human life. Some people have to be taught to consider.
Can we address some of these,
right?
Address some of these comments?
Yeah, because I have a
breezing
question.
through the comments. Can we address some of the comments? Because I don't want nobody walking away.
They didn't hear
saying
me.
that it's okay to bed as a single person.
I'm Jesus wept.
Careful.
But I have a question. I do have a question though, because it seems to me, now this is just Sade's perception, that Terry and Quest at some point were saying, yeah, if you have something going on, but it goes into me being seen, but the scene seemed physical, right? Like it seemed like, hey, yeah, you can be going through what you're going through, but make sure I get it at night.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
no. I'm not saying that. That I'm
So-
definitely not saying.
And I think that's why, as a single person, when you're dating, it's important to ask certain questions, because what I'm doing may not be how you want to be seen. Right.
Mhm.
And I think that miss can cause a lot of frustration, because it's like, well, I'm doing XYZ. I didn't say I liked any of that.
But
I didn't say that that's how I want to be appreciated, valued. That's not how I see things. So to be seen, I kind of have to tell you how I see, right? In
Exactly.
order for that to work.
So here's another part too, because I think Leah said to be seen is a two-way street, right?
Mhm.
I want my needs taken care of, but not at the expense of your health in any dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like like for real, life be life, and sometimes you may come in and you just stress the blank out. I need a minute. I need 30 minutes. Sweetheart, do you need more than 30 minutes? Matter of fact, I did want to have a conversation, but let's schedule it for another day. And this evening, after you take your 30 minutes, whatever you want to do after that, I'm here for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that two-way street. Just as much as I want to be seen, I want you to feel seen and heard. You know
But
what I'm saying? I guess that's the
situations
consideration part
it's
that you were
short
talking
term.
to.
But that's
You see that?
situations that short term. I got a headache. But when we're looking at life, and on your platform, I'm certain there's a range of ages, right?
Yes.
Probably more so you're a mature adult, or so we would hope so, right? Because you would attract a certain population just based off of you creating this platform, right?
Mhm.
So as we look at that, the realities are very high that it might not be a 30-minute issue.
Mhm.
It could be a year or years of an issue. How will you manage that? Paul, we started out this with you saying, if ever, right, you were put into a situation, God forbid, right, because we love Wendy, right? But if something was to happen to Wendy, and you, as a man, didn't want to be alone, that you would date up.
I would date up.
You how old, Paul?
I'm 55.
Double nickels. And you talking about you dating up? You
Yeah.
more than likely are dealing with somebody who is not trying to be a little jumping jackrabbit.
I'm
just saying.
Unless they're like my grandmother, but yeah, okay.
But when you, I'm curious to know too, Leah. When you say you date, if you date up, P, what do you mean? I'm a date up.
Age
wise.
Age.
Oh yeah. Oh,
like
okay,
he wants to say somebody. Oh, but I also think
you're gonna get your 20-year-old energy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Right.
So again, it's not just about the looks, it's about stamina, it's about interest levels, it's about all of that. It's about health. Can my body even produce what it is that you truly desire? And you have everything under the sun.
I'm knocking backs out till I'm 80. Now I'm just playing.
I just people who are married probably don't even think that, as you age in your singleness, you have to think about a lot more than just the physical, right? Because I have to think about whomever I marry will be the person I sit next to whenever I have to bury a parent.
Okay,
right? Who I would have to be with whenever I have to do this. And it's like, yeah, you can be fine, but how will you be with me? Or how will I be with you when that kind of stuff happens? Like, is it okay for me to sit on my couch for 3 days and just be like, it ain't happening today?
You know,
those things. And here's the other thing. I think about who would take care of me if I got sick.
Yes, Lord.
Right? Those are the kind at 22, I'm sure that's not what you think about. At 40, I'm like, yo, if I get into an accident or something happens, how will this person show up for me?
Yep.
So there is a need for selflessness at a lot of levels, and that also includes sex. Whenever we talk about relationships, people will do whatever. And I have these look, y'all know me. I just keep it real. People do what they need to do to hook who they want to get.
It's true.
Right?
And then stop hooking.
A lot of times we gotta be honest, people use sexuality because this is what society presents as how people come together. It's the physical, right? But what if that was just a hook and not the reality of what the person truly desires? It was the hook because they know that's what you wanted. But when you get in a marriage and in a relationship, you start settling. You start getting comfortable. You start putting on bonnet shade, and you start realizing, I did this just for you. But now I'm thinking about me. Who is going to care about where I'm at in this situation now? And so a person has to be long-suffering and selfless.
Okay, and this is why I'm saying, when single individuals, again, divorced, again, widowed. I mean, we're just looking at Audra, who mentioned like she missed pillow talk.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all see that. Audra
mentioned
that.
I saw it.
She's a widow now, I think.
She's a widow. Yeah. Right. When I think of my man, JR, who's a widow, right? My other boy, I mean, my man who is a widow. When you think of these things, we totally forget that whether you're widow, whether you're single, whether, like Sade says, never been married, the whole nine.
And don't forget those that were like me who had children.
Understood. And there we go.
Yeah. That's a whole nother level.
Right. Single mothers, that's right.
But the flip side of what you're saying, though, Paul, is the widowers, and that's the only point of reference I have at this point.
Mm-hmm.
When we find someone and we reach out to our community or our circle, the first question first of all, is a question, not even like, I'm excited for you. Like, it is
it too soon?
Is it too soon? Mm-hmm. Are you sure? And that does something to the person who is thinking they're sharing this good news with the people that they're considered to be close with. I almost had the whole New York crew drive down to Philly to be like, what's up? And it was like, whoa, it's not that deep. Like, we're not fighting. We in love. Like, we good. But I think sometimes, too, we're talking about outer pressures. We're talking about out of the influencing of just society in the world that says it has to be this or that. And whenever the norm of those things are broken, that's when we hit the challenges or the rough spot. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
And I think the other thing is, I can say for myself, you get tired of explaining things. Like, listen, this is what makes me happy, right? And I think a lot of times the pressure is, well, I want you to do it this way. This is what I think you should do. This is how I would do it. This is you're prescribing to me how to live my life, but that's based off of you. And a lot of times it gets frustrating to the point where you just say, I'm just not going to talk about it. If I pop up married with a baby one day, just guess what? I popped up married with a baby one day. Because
it's your ace of spades. You go. All right, I'm just playing.
That escalated very quickly. And I know we talked about like sex and intimacy, and I think I've heard a pastor say before, we have taken God out of the bedroom, right?
Yep.
And I remember sitting in therapy one day asking my therapist, is it okay for me to pray to God? Like they say, pray for what you want in a man. Like, can I say what I want sexually? Like, is this okay for me to talk to God about what I want from my mate when it comes to intimacy? And that was such an awkward conversation to have with God, because I was like, hey, bruh, can this and this be taken care of? And a lot of times there's so much shame with just understanding that God can handle all of that.
All of that.
He can
I-
handle.
It's either talk to him or try it out and still have people say something.
Well, you know, they say the Lord is forgiving. The Lord is forgiving. Listen, guys, I just
And
I
they
know that.
still say something.
They still
Like,
gonna
come
say
on.
something either way. So I mean, and
Listen,
God gonna know either way what you want.
I got you. I got you. Listen, family. I'm. This is really AdventMingle Live, and I promised them an hour and a half of just chat. And I want to listen. I want to just simply say that what I'm hearing tonight is that attraction, being attracted to someone, is being seen by that individual. Is being understood. It's it's understanding. Really, this is the part that really got me. Is really understanding that they're individual. I treat someone, or you may treat someone, Renee or Rita, those who are on right now, you may treat someone a certain way or be attracted to another person based on the hole in your heart from the pain in the past and the issues that you've gone through. And I think it takes, if I'm going to give any piece of advice, because I'm going to go around the horn, right? And I'm going to ask, when it comes to attractiveness, what kind of advice would you give those who are single, all sorts of single, listening on? And I'm going to start with me. I'm going to start with and I'm going to close off. Really, I'm going to close off with Leah, if you don't mind. Okay. Um, I would say this: attractiveness to me is someone who doesn't care what I do. This is personal. Who doesn't care what I do? That even if I didn't do what I did, you would still be amazed by me.
Mm.
We can get in that another time. Just don't attracted to someone because of their job. Um, don't do that. That's where I'm at right there. That's where I'm at right there. Armina, it is.
Mm. All that you said. But in my line of work, I have found that people struggle with their own attractiveness.
Mm,
It makes it very difficult for them to think outside of what that attraction looks like, and it becomes very surface. Like, we really took the conversation on beyond the level of looks. Looks is the surface piece, and yes, that's how we start, but we don't stay there, you know. And so as we are looking to expand what we have happening, we also got to do the work. Quest, you always say this line, and I don't want to misquote you, but it has to do with doing the work on yourself,
Yeah.
because you are no good to no one, attractive or no attractive, if you don't do that work.
Yep.
I could step out of my clothes and make a whole trail up the steps into my bedroom because I'm just too tired to pick it up and put it away, and my husband will never ever show less attractiveness because of that. You know, and for me, those are the things that matter. When you see me and all the things I have going on, and you come behind me and pick up each item off the step. Now, it may not go where I want it to go, but you at least come up and clean up behind me, you know? And so for me, when I think of attractiveness, I first have to think of, where is Armina? How do I feel about myself? Because then I'm going to be asking too much of my partner just to fill in those holes that Leah started talking about. So
I got you. Armina, thank you, man. Wow. I'm gonna drop my clothes, see if we can pick it up.
see you all.
She passed me right the other day. I left bag. She left her bag on the steps, and I passed it. She said, "You left my bags on the steps." Oh,
My bad.
I'm
My
good.
bad. My bad.
My bad. My bad. My bad. Thank you, Armina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sadie, talk to us.
Um, yeah, okay. Uh, I believe for where I'm at today, right?
Okay.
Attractiveness for me looks like what is safe. What is where Sade can show up 100% herself,
I love it.
and all that comes with that, and it's enough,
Okay.
right? But to Armina's point, Sade has to be okay with where Sade is first,
Mm.
right? And I think a lot of times when we're dating, we're always looking at what does this person, and it's like, but wait, are you okay with this part of yourself? Are you, because a lot of times I think we say, oh, I have to shrink this part down, but why?
Mm.
You know, like, why do I shrink this part down? Do I think that this is something that's a deterrent? But it's who I am. And so I think right now, when I think about what is attractive, a man that makes me feel like Sade Nicole is all that and then some,
That's right. That's right.
and who makes me feel safe to show up as my complete self.
Mm.
So,
Yep.
like
and that
that.
includes that deficit that Leah talked about, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
deficit
Yeah.
can show up, and it's like he says that what's going on, like
Got it.
what's happening right now, to where you feel like you need to project this right now.
Mm.
So,
Nasty. 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 Nasty.
mhm.
Nasty.
Nasty
Nasty.
Nas in your area.
Nasty. Nasty. I usually end off with you, Quest, but I'm going to ask you, Quest. What does attractiveness look like for you?
Um, it used to be, um, like the first thing that I would catch is just the physical beauty of. I have things that I like.
Sade, I'm gonna see
Um,
you in the room. I'll see you in the room, Sade.
Bye.
I have specific things that I like to see,
Hmm.
and so that is it. But what's attractive to me in this season of my life is not only just the physical attraction. I think more. You don't have to be drop dead gorgeous. Like for me, I believe my wife is drop dead gorgeous. Like every time I see her, I'm like, yeah, God, you looked out on this one. But what makes her even more gorgeous is the spirit of who she is.
Okay. Okay.
Like she doesn't let the offense build a fence between me and her. When I'm not at my best, she refuses to let me stay in that place. She is my confidant. Like I can talk to her about stuff, right? And even when I'm not at my best, she never switches up on me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you might be at your best, but she knows what to say and how to say it in different scenarios. Like if I'm not acting right, she does this thing where she says Elder Green, and she never calls me that. And she knows I don't like people calling me Elder Green, but she says it to get my attention so that I can shift the way that I'm thinking right now. And I'm like, yep, I hear you loud and clear. She's the only one that's able to do that. That's the kind of attraction that I like. Or that's what spells out attraction to me. And there's a little bit more, but I'll leave it right there.
Quest, thank you so much, man.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Can you meet us in the green room?
Yep, for sure.
All right, cool. Hey, lady, you know I always end up with Quest, but you try to kill us tonight. You try to kill us tonight, sis. I am. First of all, it was good to see Dawn.
Yeah, it was.
It was good to see Dawn. It was good to see Dawn. Attractive
I
is
see her more frequent than you because she up my way.
I got you. I got you. What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna take it in a different direction.
Okay.
Everyone is talking about what is attractive to them, right? That's very self-focused, right? So my parting words is for the listening audience to not solely rest in attraction. Attraction is rooted in emotions, and emotions are fleeting. They come, they go, they wane, right? As we're hearing some say, what used to be no longer is attractive. So emotions change based upon life's circumstances. So don't rest solely in it, right? Find something that is solid in your relationship that is an anchor so that you don't float away. Relationships don't last too long nowadays, right? People in and out. Commitment, what is that? I don't need it. I don't have to necessarily have it. And many are not committing, hence the need for an Advent mingle. Right?
Got it. Got it.
So again, try not to just solely attach. I'm not saying that attraction is not a part of this, but try not to solely attach to attraction, because if you do, you'll wind up in another relationship outside of this one and another one after that one after that, right? And I'll end on this. When Lonnie and I got married, we had a conversation, and I told him, I said, divorce is not anything that we will ever discuss. It's off the table. Because if it's on the table, guess what? It's within my reach.
That's right.
It's called pre-planning, right? Just like premeditated murder. I've thought about this thing. So divorce is not a conversation. It's not even a word that I allow to enter into my head, right?
Yeah.
And that's because if I do, trust me, on the days that he's not as attractive to me, whatever it may be, then I'd be up and out. So you got to find something that anchors you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is enlightening. Makes you want to wish you did this 30-something years ago.
Before it would have solved a whole lot of heartache, but it's okay.
A whole lot of heartache,
because you live, you learn, and that's how you grow through experiential knowledge, right? Yeah. So I wasn't this wise gray-haired woman back when I got married the first go round in my 20s.
Gotcha.
But trust and believe, if I had the same insight as what I did right back then, they say hindsight is 20/20. So it's all good.
Right.
We learn.
Right.
We live.
Thank you, girl. We'll see you in the green room. Okay. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This is Advent Mingle Live. The bridge came on to assist me in this. Some are asking, are we doing this every week again? Well, this would not be Advent Mingle Live on a Monday. It would not. We would probably do it like on a Wednesday, maybe every 2 weeks, or every week on a Wednesday or something of that nature. But I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. For those who have been asking the question, what is Advent Mingle? Well, Advent Mingle is a community of believers, Seventh-day Adventist believers who are singles, whether you're divorced, whether you are never been married, whether you widowed, whatever the issue may be. The fact of the matter is that we put a lot of pressure on single individuals in the church. This is an opportunity for our singles to create a community together, learn together, do classes together, do meetups together, have podcasts like this together, but on this platform alone. The app has been ready. The app has been out since last year, but I haven't put the app out there simply because the iOS did not pick it up as of yet. They're trying it again this week, so I'm asking you to pray for us. But in the meantime, we're asking you to join this fellowship, be a part of this fellowship. We had over 150 people join before, and now there's a cost to it, which is $7 a month, and you get to try it for a week for free. In light of that, you can go to AdventMingle.com, and sign up there. You're matched also with a ministry. You can go to Maps and see who's in your area. You can post, and people will get in touch with you. Post your profile on there also, and have patience. This is not about a meat market and meeting people. This is about realizing where you need to be as a single person so that you could be 100% ready for an individual or 100% ready for Christ to come. And that I share with you, to share with your friends, AdventMingle.com, where your match and your ministry is just one click away. I want to share something with you.